Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Good day, bonjour tout le monde. How are you doing? This is Teacher Raisa again, and we're going to be continuing our lesson on the different types of sentences. Remember, in the last class we talked about figurative language, figurative sentence, and we started off with exclamatory sentence, and we talked about it. And so I told you all that in general, that there are 4 types of sentences, okay? We have exclamatory, declarative, interrogative, and imperative sentences or statements. Okay, and we mentioned that exclamatory, it's simple, it's about strong feelings, strong sentiments, la façon qu'on se sent, okay, degré de sentiment, c'est ça qui produit ce genre de phrase. It's what produces this type of sentences, exclamatory, because it's all about your feelings, it's all about how you feel, it's about your emotions, okay? And we said that if the speaker could be either excited, excité, surprised, ou bien mad, fâché, or happy, whatever it is that you're feeling, that's how that's how you create such sentences like, oh my God. So, oh my God could be an element of surprise, oh my goodness, could be an element of shock, damn could be an element of surprise as well. You're a lucky dude. You see, that's a positive statement, but then it's an element of like shock or surprise or happiness. And so it all depends. And of course, it always ends with an exclamation mark. It's very important that it ends with an exclamation mark. So we looked at that in details in the last class, and I hope that helps, that you can practice and be able to identify exclamatory and sentences in the passage or as you write along, okay? And then we have declarative. Declarative means that it's a statement, it's a fact. You're passing an information, you're releasing, information, or you're answering a question. That is a statement, okay? And oftentimes declaratives are being written in the present tense, okay? And, and it gives out information, like I said, the sentence is a statement, so and a statement, of course, ends with a full stop, a point, un point, parce que c'est une phrase. Alors, ça se termine, avec un point. C'est pas un point d'interrogation, c'est pas une exclamation, c'est pas un tiret, c'est simplement un trait, un point, pardon, parce que c'est simplement une phrase simple qui a répondu soit à une question, soit vous avez donné une information. So it's declarative. You're declaring something because you have proof of it. Okay. Then you have interrogation, interrogative. Anything that's interrogative, it's question related, and anything question related, of course, ends with a question mark. Interrogation, it's a question statement. Okay, what is it that you want? Okay, where are we going to after this? How many cups of rice do you want? Those are interrogative questions. So it asks for information. It asks for an insight. So it's an interrogative. And then the last one is imperative. Quelque chose qui est impératif. It means that I'm telling you that it's important that you must do it. And something that you must absolutely do is a command. Okay, so it's a command. It conveys a wish. Conveys a wish, c'est-à-dire un désir, un souhait. J'aimerais que tu fasses ceci. So, a request, c'est, request is like something that you need to be done. Okay, that's a request. Okay, requis. And then appeal to, c'est aussi, appeal is asking. You're asking somebody, mais d'une façon poliment, et tu demandes à la personne poliment, sagement de faire quelque chose. It's an appeal to your conscience, okay? And so imperative, it's a command. It tells someone to do something. It tells you what to do. I'm telling you that you need to do this. You need to be at work by 8 o'clock. I need to see this work done by 9 o'clock. Okay, and of course it ends with either a full stop or an exclamation. Not a question mark, okay? It's either an exclamation mark, because it's a command, or a full stop, okay? So these are the 4 different types of sentences that we have in general. We have exploited exclamatory. Today we're going to start with declarative. What is a declarative sentence? Okay, so now we're going to move. What is a declarative sentence? Okay, a declarative sentence is quite simple. Like I said, you're declaring something. You're giving out information. Like I said, you're giving out information. So a declarative sentence Could also mean something ordinary. Ordinary means it's simple, c'est simple. La phrase est simple. I'm sorry, the informations are easy. So you can say a declarative sentence could as well be an ordinary sentence or a declarative statement. A declarative sentence could also, you could also term it, ça peut aussi être défini comme an ordinary statement or a declarative statement. So you see that it has changé de sentence à a statement. Statement, ça dit quelque chose que tu as dit. It's a statement. That's what it means by statement. Whereas sentence, c'est une phrase. But if it's a statement, ça signifie que c'est quelque chose que tu as dit. So it's an ordinary, ce sont les mots qui sont soit simples, ou ne pas dire des mots ordinaires. Voilà. Donc, it's an ordinary statement or it's a declarative statement. Okay. And then secondly, the second rule is it's used to provide information or an explanation to the audience. Le but, c'est de pouvoir donner des informations, partager des informations ou les explications. That's the aim of declarative. It's either to explain something or to give out information about something. That's a declarative. And I said that it's simple English and it's oftentimes spoken or written in simple tense, present tense, not past, not future, present tense. So those are the rules of declarative, okay? The three rules. Now, how do you present a declarative sentence? It's simple. The subject, yeah. So, I have a sentence. Paul eats toast. Who eats toast? Qui mange un toast? C'est Paul. Paul, c'est le sujet. Et qu'est-ce que Paul fait? En répondant à la phrase de ce que Paul fait, ça donne le prédicate. That's a predicate. Paul eats toast. So it is simple. It's the subject, it's the predicate. Always it starts with the subject plus the predicate. The dog is on the table. Quoi? Who is the dog? Or what's the dog is the subject. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? What is he doing? He's on the table. He's sitting on the table. Sitting on the table is the predicate. Ça répond à ce que Paul ou le chien est en train de faire. So it's simple. Le sujet, le predicate. The subject and the predicate. It's simple. And so we have, in our sentences, declarative sentences, we have the positive sentence and we have the negative sentence. The positive is simple. Paul eats toast. My mom likes animals. C'est simple. My mom is the subject. Likes animals is the predicate. You know, my mom likes. But if it were in a negative declarative sentence, what would that be? My mom, of course, doesn't like animals. My mom doesn't, it's a negative, does, parce que troisième personne du singulier, il y a S, vous vous rappelez, on faisait les temps. Third person singular, you have it. It's not going to be do not, but it's going to be she, elle, troisième personne du singulier, does not like, le verbe, ça reste sans le S, like animals. That's the negative declarative sentence. Okay. So, going down to declarative again, as you presented, we have the simple declarative sentence statement. We have the compound. Anything that is compound, anything that you see compound, ça signifie que c'est un blendage, un rassemblement de deux ou plus. So anything compound means that it's a mix of two or more, okay, compound sentences, compound phrases, you know, compound words. It means you take one and one you put together to make it a full, complete, meaningful sentence. That's a compound. But anything simple, c'est simplement un, unique, straightforward, simple. So we have simple declarative sentences and we have compound declarative sentences. Simple, c'est simple. It's basically the subject and the predicate qu'on a vu. Paul loves to visit the zoo. The dog barks every night. You know, just simple, basically, c'est simple. Des phrases courtes, simples, straightforward, qui donnent les informations nécessaires à pouvoir comprendre, qui sont faites temps présent. It's been done in the present tense. That is simple. But when you get to compound, it's a bit complex. Because like I said, compound means that it's a blend of one or two. Okay? So when you get to compound, even though it's subject and predicate, but the only difference is you have two independent sentences. You have two independent sentences that probably make sense together, but it's been separated by a comma and with a conjunction. Listen again. Compound has two simple declarative sentences. It means that you have one sentence that has a subject and a predicate, and they have another sentence that has a subject and a predicate, and you put them together, but it's been separated, it's been joined by a comma and a conjunction, which makes that both together, they make sense. That's a compound. Whereas a simple is just one sentence that has a subject and the predicate. But a compound, it's the same like the simple, but has two simple separate declarative sentences, which are separated by a comma, virgule, and a conjunction. Et on a plusieurs conjunctions. Mais dans ce cas, the three principal conjunctions are but, yet, as. But, mais, as, comme, yet, comme aussi peut-être. So, for example, I have an example here. James wants to go to the movies. C'est une phrase simple. C'est une phrase simple. James qui est le sujet. Qu'est-ce que James veut faire? Qu'est-ce qu'il aimerait faire? What does he want to do? What does he wish to do? He wants to go to the movies. This one is a predicate and James is the subject. Just this makes it a simple sentence. You can put a full stop to it. And if you want to change this sentence to the negative statement or negative sentence, James does not, troisième personne du singulier, James does not want, il n'y a pas de S, does not want to go to the movies. But because we're talking about a compound declarative sentence, it means we need to have two separate simple declarative sentences. So we have James wants to go to the movies, but that's the conjunction. Okay. So two compound declarations are two, it's a blend of two simple declarative sentences. Like I said, James wants to go to the movies, movie theater, le cinéma. Il veut aller au cinéma, he wants to go to the movies. So wanting to go to the movies is the predicate, okay? And then you have that which is joined, but that's a conjunction. Remember I told you that the first thing is there are two separate simple declarative sentences joined first by separated by a comma, which is it here, and then joined together by a conjunction, either a but, a yet, or an as. And here we use but, mais. Prince wants to play video games. So Prince is, once again, the subject. Et qu'est-ce que Prince veut faire? Il ne veut pas aller au cinéma, contrairement à James. Il préférait play video games, which is the predicate. So you see that you have one simple declarative sentence and another declarative sentence which is joined by a comma, virgule, plus a conjunction. But that makes it a compound declarative sentence. Okay? So, and we're going to look at more examples, just so you know. Okay? We're going to look at more examples to continue with it. Thank you.